Hey, this is Notser, and I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely worn out with the state of the game. This is the public test server, this is 614, this is the Midway, and this is the American aircraft carrier changes. This is the 222 loadout for the Midway. It's a tier 10 fighter, tier 8 torpedoes, tier 10 AP dive bombers. And this game really highlights everything I hate about World of Warships, every competitive multiplayer game that I ever run into, because the community always ends up ruining the experience for most players. Why is that? Well, first of all, they're cliquish. They're elitist, they're jackasses. They don't want to help new players learn the game, and anyone who makes a mistake is a loser, and here's why you're a loser. That's the first thing that I always hate about pretty much every online community. Every single person, for whatever goddamn reason, wants to hold their knowledge over others, and that is so fucking offensive. You're not cute, you're not intelligent, you're not helping anyone. You're making the community worse by doing that. So that's the first thing I hate. I hate it when people hold their superiority over others, like, oh my god, how dare you do this? Like, who fucking cares? And suggesting that a player making a mistake is somehow mentally handicapped, that's incredibly offensive and incredibly unhelpful. Why would I want to come and play your game if the majority of your community is hostile to people who might make a mistake? Guess what? New players make a ton of mistakes. When you drive people away from the game, you will find that they have less money to continue developing the game, and the pace of development will slow down, aka causing more frustration in the veterans who are participating in the community. You are quite literally shooting yourself in the foot by being a jackass to players. So this isn't the only thing that I'm just incredibly angry about. I'm incredibly angry trying to play a known commodity, the U.S. aircraft carrier in 614, knowing full well, what do you think the enemy team's going to do? Oh, they're going to go full anti-air. They're going to pick up all the signal flags, all the modules, and all of the commander skills that can just give you the middle finger, and you can't do literally anything. It fucking sucks, and this is not the player's fault, but it certainly is a part of it. This idea that, you know what, in a co-op battle, I've got to min-max the shit out of this, because this is what Wargaming lets me do. The game, in my time on the public test server, I'm sure many people, it was useless. I'm not going to go up against 12 ships that have a full AA spec. That's not going to happen. So why would I try and take something out to test it in an environment that's so offensively different than the gameplay? It's a waste of my time. The only thing we're testing is, can you get in the queue? Can I control the units correctly? Do they exist in their correct format? Yes, yeah. Damage output, all that stuff, irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. With everyone min-maxing, or pretty much everyone, if you're not min-maxing, you're apparently mentally handicapped, but with everyone min-maxing, it becomes just an effort and futility when you pick the wrong line. Loser! How dare you pick the wrong ship or the wrong line? Gosh, you're just so bad. Why are we accepting this mentality? Why do we allow players in the community to be so obnoxious and annoying and offensive? Why do the developers continue to design systems in the game that encourage it, honestly? When we had all of the smoke camping, and people were like, you know what, I'm really sad that smoke camping's gone. It was a really high skill. Bullshit. I have a secret for you. Whenever it's universally accepted as the go-to, it's not the highest skill. It's the highest success rate for the least amount of skill, the least amount of fuck-up that can happen. I was watching Overwatch World Championships. Every single team had a Mercy. Every single team had a Winston. Every single team had a Farah. And why was that? Oh, well, because those characters are broken. And, oh, gee, they aren't hard to play to get the most out of them. So don't fall into this narrative of, oh, well, if a pro team's doing it, man, that's a super high skill. No, a pro team's gonna do a strategy that has the most success rate. Why would I risk tons and tons of money on a brand new strat that's untested, or something that takes a lot of effort that has a big opportunity to fuck up? I wouldn't do that. And I don't blame them. It's the developer's job to close up these loopholes of min-max to the nth degree that ruin the game for everyone else. No one likes fighting a fucking Hoborovsk. No one. But do you know what's really good against it? A Moskva. Oh, and we have radar. Oh, we're going to pick up the radar extended module. Okay, well, that's basically required. Oh, that's great. When it comes down to it, this game and many other games encourage you to go one valid build, and that's it. And the developers do a shit job trying to allow players more freedom to decide how they're going to approach it. It invalidates 80 or 90% of the characters, heroes, ships, tanks, you name it. They're all invalidated, and they're just, why even bother? In World of Tanks, whenever they're doing rank play, I see them just spam the shit out of gold. Why would I load anything else? You wouldn't. And that's why the developer has to step in and say, this is not the way we want the game designed. We want the game where it is making you decide, make the tough choice, what type of identity you're going to have in your ship. It's not healthy for there to only be one or two valid builds. The elitists are going to rip people who don't run them. They're going to make them feel like less of a human. New players are obviously not going to know what to do, and they're driven away by a hostile community. You have to take away the elite's ability to hold knowledge over others. There can't be a valid single build. It has to be based on the situation. You can only be this, and it has to be a tough choice. World of Warcraft learned this the hard way. It took them many, many expansions to learn this, but eventually they did. And now you have to choose AoE, single target, damage reduction, damage mitigation, lots of healing, speed boost, all this stuff. It's a really tough choice. You can't just go blindly and have the correct build all the time. You can't. You literally can't. And that's what we need in World of Warships. I think the community as a whole would be a lot healthier without all this elitist bullshit going on. I hate people who hold their knowledge over others and are demeaning to them. Alright, well, sorry about the rant. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.